Two people noticeably absent from question period, Premier Doug Ford and Sylvia Jones. It comes in the hours after it emerged that they are challenging a summons from the inquiry looking into whether the Emergencies Act declaration to clear protesters from the nation's capital earlier this year was necessary.
Why did the Premier and Minister refuse the Commission's request?
I think the member opposite would agree that this is certainly a policing matter and not a political matter.
The NDP pressing the Progressive Conservatives today on why Doug Ford refuses to testify.
I'm going to quote from the summoned Speaker. The Commission believes that, quote, Premier Ford and Minister Jones would have evidence, particularly within their knowledge, that would be relevant from the Commission's mandate, to the Commission's mandate. That's the end of the quote, Speaker. But this Premier and that Minister are intent instead on refusing to testify before the Commission, calling instead for a judicial review of their summons. I have a simple question through you. What are you trying to hide?
And we are assisting by providing key cabinet documents and ensuring that key witnesses who can answer specifics are made available to the Commission.
Liberal leader John Fraser not mincing words and criticized Premier Ford, saying he needs to show up and explain what happened.
If I was him, I would be ashamed of not having taken action for 2 weeks, personally. So, you know, we're calling him out. He should testify there, or at the very least, give some explanation somewhere, somehow, as to why he didn't do what he needed to do at that very critical moment in the lives of many people in the city of Ottawa and the city of Windsor.
Today, the inquiry heard from the OPP that the convoy occupation could have been smaller and easier to manage if then Police Chief Peter Slowly took different action.
So like in my experience, anytime anyone says, I don't have an exit strategy, I would be concerned, right? So I talked about the 5 decision-making processes, right? So I would increase the effort, I would harden targets, I would do a bunch of stuff.
Meanwhile, an email entered as evidence shows the RCMP commissioner just hours before the Liberal government invoked the act shows she didn't think police had exhausted all available tools to end the occupation.